Hark, O listeners of the star-swept void, and remember the whisper of origins.
For when the vault of heaven turned and the hour of the whale approached, the first ones, whose bodies were the bones of continents, whose eyes still glow in the heart of glaciers, proclaimed a pact. That when the firmament wept green and orange fire, the exiled children of land and depth and sky would gather once again at the world's farthest cradle. The Antarctic exalted, where rock is ice and ice is flame, and the law of ancient life is yet unbroken.
Upon that day, which was no day but a hinge between ages, the voice of the aurora thundered, calling forth the custodians of existence. From obsidian abysses rose the sea titans, their thunderous hymn stirring the krill cloud into constellations, emerald and orange stirring the world's soup. The humpbacks, whose backs were immutable scripture, breathed columns of light into heavens, their bodies carved in glyphs of song and vow, and on their flanks the krill legions glowed. 10,000 million souls, each a witness, each a jewel. With them surged the orca, blade-finned and wrathful, their passage a slash of justice against the whirling dark. Dolphin and porpoise joined, weaving braids of spectrum and laughter, leaping, spinning, catching starlight in their thrall, bridging the chasm from ocean to sky with scales of stardust. All the deep recognized the summons, all the old scores were set aside. From the bowels of earth the slumbering volcanoes awoke. Mountain roots pulsed and broke, spilling dreams made molten. Lava, a sacrament, searing into the waiting ocean. And so ice and fire, the lovers riven since chaos reigned, met once more. The schism healed, the world found its axis, for now flame caressed frost and called it kin. Then arose the herald, the long foretold, the sum of north and south. Moose Godzilla, primordial monarch, whose antlers sweep the ecliptic, each tine a beacon, a streak of celestial might. A mane of prism rainbow, wild and living, crowned his brow. This was the mohawk of the ancients, the sigil of awakening. Where he strode, balance followed. Where he roared, silence was revealed anew. Moose Godzilla did not trample sea nor ice, but astride the Leviathan, his brother of the deeps, the pact was sealed. Upon whaleback he surged to the place decreed, where all who walked, soared, swam, or burrowed must come. The raccoon, sly firebringer, kindled wild pyres of light, awakening old stars. The bear, guardian of all wildness, stood sentinel, while Coyote sang the world's real name, and Honey Badger bore the sigil of ferocity. Winged ones, loon and duck and goose, beat the measure of the sky, their songs plashing the cold air, carrying the colors of belonging. All from titanic to tiny wore the mark, the mohawk of rainbows, the banner of unity, wrought by the breath of life and spirit, glimmering above their brows. And at the heart of the holy ice, rising from jade-veined rock, stood the carvings of the ancients, gifts of the Greenland ancestors. Not mere stone, but living jade, deep green with veins of sky white, wrought by hands whose patience outlasted mountains. They were idols, yes, but also keys, the faces of gods and titans, the memories of snow falling at the beginning, whale song carved in silence. Totems of bear and whale and eagle, each a promise sealed by oldest blood. Pillars where the aurora halted and bent in reverence. Images of Moose Godzilla crowned among the stars, orcas twined in perpetual chase with krill constellations, raccoons holding fire within jade eyes, mirth and mystery carved in parallel. There were smaller figures, secret and numerous, squirrels with racing turtle steeds, bearers of narratives and hope, dolphins leaping into eternity, loons whose eyes caught every wind. Even the lava itself, cooling at water's tendril, shaped fleetingly by the breath of artists, became ephemeral jade, glowing with the meteoric memory of this night. The feast unfolded as prophesied. Husky hounds, ancient allies, boar steaming poutine in earthen platters, warmth against the world's deep chill. All were fed, all celebrated the harmony found in convergence. But this night, above all, belonged to story, and so came the squirrel scribes, astride venerable turtle steeds. With quills of aurora, they wrote the tale into the tapestry of stars, captured laughter, song, and the thunder of meeting gods. Streaming this moment beyond the world, across voids and ages, so that even the lonely lights of other skies might know. Here, tonight, the prophecy was fulfilled. So ended the reunion of life, fire in ice and ice in flame. For as the great ones withdrew, gliding back into myth, a world transformed lingered in their wake, jade shimmering where ice breaks, echoes of song in silent ozone, and the dream that when the sign is given, all are kin, all are called, all return. So bear in heart the words of the first ones, etched not on stone, but in shining jade, under polar sky. For the world once gathered may yet gather again,